Hi, I'm JC. This is JC's Carport, and I think I'm going to call this episode Cause Race Car, because basically what the story is we're going to be getting rid of all the race car bits of this Phoenix. So getting rid of the roll cage, I've got some things for the seat belts, and I've also discovered the original holes and stuff are all still here. So basically it's going to be returning this rig to a normal sort of standard sort of car. So yeah, so I've already gone ahead and got rid of one. You can see that bit there. This bit obviously went through to the boot, which I'll show you. So that went from here over here. You can sort of see the marks there, and then the hole there into the boot. So I'm going to get rid of the other side and then get rid of this sort of hoop bar, I suppose you'd call it. Came out quite easy. I just had to unbolt that top bit and then unbolt that bottom bit. So there's where it bolted through. So I'm going to have to fill those holes up. Whether I try and weld something in there or just use some silicone, I'm not too sure yet, but I suppose I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But yeah, so it's 4 bolts here, they bolt in from underneath, and then pretty much just the one bolt there, and the other one had the battery tray on it, which made it quite difficult to sort of twist out and remove. That's why I had to sort of cut it. But I'm hoping that this one, just being a normal boring old bar, I might just be able to unbolt the 5 bolts and pull it out. So I'll round up my tools and we'll get into it. Alright, so just got one long one here, so I'm just going to trim that back. I'll just try and find out where that landed before it burns a hole in something. Oh yeah, cool. Alright, a bit of Parrott's piece. Now these bolts are welded to the other side of it, of these nuts. They're welded to the other side of it, so they yeah, that made one of my glasses handy, and on my torch. So I just a matter of sort of working them back and forth. They're very rusty. Straight off. All right, cool. That one's a bit tighter. Try and get out of the dirt there. Cool. One's coming straight out. Still my washer stuck there. Well, that went a lot easier than the other side. The other side was a bit of a mission. Oop. There she blows. Cool. Head into the boot and we'll see that's going to come loose. So I'll just come in with a screwdriver. Alright, well that's nice and easy. Cool. I've already loosened up the inside bit, so with a bit of luck, don't know if you can see that. Oh, alright, so that's fallen. Let's now see if I can just pull that through without too much drama or palaver. So the issue was with the other side I couldn't really turn it, and looking at this I don't think I'm going to get the purchase, so I'm going to have to trim this one as well. Well, I'm going to have to cut this one like the other one, so that's quite a messy job. I'll spare you the pain of that. I'll give it a cut and I'll bring you back in. Alright, so I made that cut. It's come out. Let's pull this other bit out. Without damaging the interior. Alright, so that is those two back bars out. The rust isn't too bad. I think it's more dirt than anything else, which is great news. Just got to try and fill those holes up. If anyone's got any suggestions, I mean, I'd like to sort of weld them up, but I mean, it's going to be very hard to cut a bit of small sort of round metal like that. So, yeah, I don't know. Guess I'll find some small bungs or something, I suppose, but yeah, anyway, we'll have a look inside, see what's a little bit less race car. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with that. Those two back bars are out. Might try and see if I can pull that parcel shelf out. Already got that back seat loose. Oh yeah, sweet as. Just got a screw over there to undo. It's probably a bit hard to see, it's a bit dark. Bit of a screw over there to undo, and I'll pull that parcel shelf off, and we can have a bit of a look for the rust around the window and see how much has been cut. So just that screw there, I'll get rid of that, and we'll have a bit of a reveal. Not looking too bad at this point, which is pretty impressive. Alright, let's get that on. Alright, got that unscrewed. Get this out. She's been a bit bit of the old cobbled together parcel shelf, so I'll probably try and do a bit better than that. And I want to fill those holes up. I don't want them holes there anymore, so yeah. I'll just flop this seat back up and have a look at this parcel shelf. That'll be right. That'll do for now. Okay, so she's been a bit trimmed up, which is to be expected. looking at I'm seeing maybe some light surface rust, which is really good because I was waiting for a bit of a nightmare under here. Wow, look at that. That is incredible. Man, I am stoked with that. And I haven't actually got big holes here. I've just trimmed back this bit for that bar to go through, which is absolutely amazing. So I think pretty much what's got to happen here is, there's this other side. Same on the other side, they just trimmed back. There was a hole already there, so I've just trimmed it back. And again, the rust is glued down. Oops. I won't keep ripping it. What I can see though, look, it seems to be really good. So I'm super impressed with that. That looks like a bit of a rust hole there. It is, yep. But again, it's very minimal. It's not as though it's a big. It's all quite. It's solid around it, so a little bit of a. Oh no, it's just shit. Yeah. Alright, so for the most part, this thing is awesome. That's really good news. Alright, sweet. Yeah, so it's getting a bit late. I sort of started a bit late, but so tomorrow's going to be unbolting these seatbelt mounts. I'm going to try and use these bolts. In here is where they would have originally gone. Hopefully they'll just screw back in because I've got me drop down links to go, which will put this seatbelt back to how it would have been originally. Yeah, got a dome light lens going there. Same on the other side. These retractors will get bolted back to the original mounts. It's probably a bit hard to see, but the original hole is there. Sort of just there. So and I've also got carpet as well, so I might be able to put some carpet back in this rig. I bought a brand new sort of carpet and underlay for this on eBay. They still make them, well, aftermarket mob, same colour as they call it. Yeah, I don't know what they call it. I'll have a look tomorrow. Yeah. But anyway, all right. We'll catch us tomorrow, and we'll carry on with Cos race car. Yeah, Cos race car. Yeah. All right. See you tomorrow. Morning. Welcome back. Yeah, it's the next day, so just carrying on with this roll cage removal. So we're pulling these seat belts out. I'm going to test it, make sure that these are actually going to fit the stock holes. So yeah, you're pulling those out. Just before I pull them out though, what I've done is put a cable tie around the seat belt, because from previous experience in wrecking yard days, if you let these inertia wheels roll right up, sometimes they don't want to come back out again. So I don't have to order new ones. These are quite functional, so yeah, so I'll keep those out there like that, and let's go ahead and get these off. See if that works. There we go. I don't want to lose the hardware, but which I'll probably go ahead and lose anyway, but yeah. So we'll just try these in the original holes, which are seems to go, but it does look rather long, which I don't want that to be too long. Probably shouldn't use a rattle gun for this, but well, it seems to work. Nothing's. Yeah, must be right. Alright, sweet as what's a win. Good stuff. I'll just put that back in for safekeeping. Cool. Now then, we'll get this bottom inertia reel bolt out. That one was stuck until the end. Hope it's alright. No, looks like it's a bit on the strip side. Yeah, that one's stripped. Alright, so I won't reuse that one. That's alright, I'll see if I can get another one of those. I do have some Ford ones that might be similar, which is a bit of a bugger because I didn't want to have to replace those, but well, that's a bit of an interesting one. I might, I'll just try and find another bolt. I've got a couple of Ford ones here, like I say, they might fit in, so I'm going to use one of those to replace it. Alright, so got the Ford EL Falcon seatbelt bolt, Torx head on it. I've tried it in the top seatbelt mount and it screws right in, so that's awesome. So I'll chuck that down there and I'll get on and do the other side. Zip tie that seatbelt up, cable tie that seatbelt up and remove it, and we can get back to pulling this roll cage out, which I'm absolutely stoked with. Alright, so the other side's off. Put up a bit of a fight, I had to get the grinder onto it, but got there in the end. Hopefully this side's a bit easier. Nice. Nice. Ouch. So that one's really tight. So I've got one stubborn one, I'll go and find some kind of a large spanner. If not, I'll just do the just grind it. In fact, I'll try a spanner first, yeah. Alright, so I've got the old Persuader 500. We'll give that a go on the end of this and probably rip the head off it, but we'll let it go just as soon as I get that socket off that. Right. Got a bit of movement. All right. Well, it's the moment I've been waiting for. I'll try and see if I can get it on film there somewhere. Finally getting this thing back to a normal car. Not damaging things. I'm going to get a screwdriver. It's got a bit of leverage on there before I break something. All right. We'll just need that other end screwdriver up a bit. Alright, got that lifted up, and hopefully if I can I'll say I'll be able to just slide in this one. We're having a few problems here. I'm trying to get this bar out. Doesn't want to go. I was hoping not to cut it. I didn't want Sparta to in the car there, but let me wrestle a few crocodiles, and I'll bring this back in. All right, I've got a bit of an idea here. I'm just going to climb in and try and pass it through here. With a bit of luck. Ideal, but anyway, it's there. It's cool. All right, well, that's one roll cage bar, well, one complete roll cage removed from the Phoenix. I might just give these windows a bit of a wipe down and we'll get a bit of a look at the old true pillarless layout. Alright, so here it is. I didn't bother cleaning the windows, I just wound it down. yeah, that'll do. But yeah, it's meant to look, well, other than the seatbelt drop down here, but yeah, much better. Not such a race car anymore, it's more of a good example of a 70 Phoenix. See through the back windows there, she's nice and open. Absolutely stoked. Alright, pressing on though, the next big job, which is going to be a difficult one, but it's just going to require some dedication, is the Cos race car front end. All of this bar work here, sway bar mount wrong, it's meant to be mounted from there. Yeah, all of that stuff. This big lump here probably needs to go. I might be able to get away with leaving it, but I'd rather just get rid of it. So there's going to be a lot of grinding, a lot of noise, but yeah, I've got to get rid of this angle here, that's not meant to be there. Welded to the front there, that's got to go. I'm going to make my own sway bar mounts there. Got a couple of Ford ones here I'll use that will do the job. But yeah, that's going to be the next probably 6 hours of my life. But anyway, I'll make a bit of progress on this and I'll bring this back in. Hey, so I thought I'd take a bit of a break from the before I started the front end work, the grinding and stuff. I thought I'd bit of a side sort of tour here, I suppose. I want to get rid of all the history of the roll cage, so decided to do something about this would have been parcel shelf stuff. It's obviously only it's outdoor tool stuff, glued to that bit of board there, so I'm going to get rid of that. That'll go in the bin, and I'm going to carve up this towel. I'm going to use that, which will sort of fit with the roof lining, so I don't think it'll be too bad. Obviously the towel isn't quite big enough, so I'm just going to cut it in half long ways and then glue the bits I want on. I've got some spray adhesive there, so I'll be using that. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and give this a bit of a clean up. I've already sort of scraped the glue off, well, most of it off. I'll obviously go over it again with some acetone. I've got some old signs there. I'll cut a bit of this. I'm just going to tape it all together. It's only going to be sitting there. Let that dry, get some acetone on there just to get all the impurities off it, and I'll go and see how dried out my can of glue spray is. Alright, so got all that cleaned up, cut out some signage to go in those holes where the bars were gone. I've got some tape here, I'm just going to tape all this together, and I'm going to hit it with some spray and lay on the towel. A bit of a quick one. Bit of a bodgy up one, but she'll be right. Good enough for the girls' wee date. So just going to start at the bottom here. Okay. Oops, could have done a bit better there. Not perfect, but she'll be right. Actually quite rough, but anyway. basically just give it enough strength to, it's only got to sit there, so, plus the towel's going to be glued to it, so I'm not too concerned about it. It'll be better than what was on there, sort of, slightly. Probably not going to stick to that bottom bit very well, but she'll be right. Well, that's surprisingly rigid for what it is, so yeah, sweet as. I'll go ahead and take the rest of this up and we'll lay down some glue and get the towel stuck on there. Alright, so I got that all taped up. It's actually quite solid, except in the middle, but it's alright. So, lay out the towel and see what we got. I'll try and leave those stitch lines out of it. Should find out where the middle is, I suppose. I should probably work out where the middle is, so I might just measure it up and work out the middle, and then we'll sort of cut the towel to suit. Alright, so I'm just going to lay some spray down. It's very hot, so I'm going to try and go quick here. Looks like quick isn't in the menu. I thought there might have been a bit of a thicker coat there, but try and get this back up here real quickly. Lay on a bit of towel. Alright, I've got no idea if that's working or sticking or whatever, but oh, that is definitely Definitely sticking, which is great. Do want to try and trim that, but we've got just a sorry, I went for bad manners. I have no manners at all. That might be a bit of a fuck up. See what happens. I think it'll be alright. Just use the table as a straight edge. I'll leave a bit so I can fold it under. Yeah, probably don't need all of this in here. In here. If the scissors will let me. Just put another one right under it. Don't really need to be perfect. Trim a bit of that off there. That'll be right there. That'll be right. That'll be right. Put a relief in here. Lay that over, press that down, that's alright because I'll get pressed into the corner there, so that's fine. Maybe I should have waited till it got taken, I suppose. Alright. There's half it done. I don't know, it looks alright, I reckon. I think the seat sort of sticks up, that'll cover that bit up. That'll be covered up. Yeah, I think it's a bit better than that old pool flooring, pool deck mat, whatever. Alright, well I'll get on and get the other half done, and we'll get it put in the car. Alright, got the finished product there. I think it's come up alright. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. The old gap there is not too bad in the middle, should be right. Didn't notice it. Just got to try and feed it into here. Yeah, I've cleaned it up best as I could. Rags, brush, all that sort of stuff. Bit of kitchen cleaner. Yeah, alright, I'll get in there and get that in. We'll have a look, see how she looks. Alright, got it in. I sort of thought the seat set up a bit higher, but there's a bit of a gap there and stuff on ends, but it's alright, I'll be fine. Good enough for the girls' wee date. Yeah, I don't know, I reckon it's looking much better for mine. And you'd never know the bars were going through the other than the mark on the thing there, but and both sides, yeah. But other than that, I think it's a great improvement than to what was there. Alright, cool. I'll grab the grinder and get back to the original task. I just got a bit sidetracked there. I sort of thought I'll get that wrapped up so it looks a bit nicer. Alright, sweet as. We'll get into this grinding. G'day. Yeah, so it's been a few weeks since I on this video, but anyway, we're back. Been a bit sidetracked. So where we're at basically is continuing to de-race the race car. So where it's at the moment is getting rid of the extra bracing on the diff here. We've got a couple of limiting straps which I'm going to remove either side there. The other one is this guard and the petrol tank. That's not meant to be there, so we're getting rid of that. Feeling behind there, it's all packed full of dirt. There must be about 10 kilos of dirt behind there, so that'll all fall out, which will be good. I'll make sure to get that in my eyes as it comes out. The other one is we've got this drive shaft retainer. I suppose you could throw a drive shaft, it's meant to stop it from flying out and hitting people. So we'll be getting rid of that. So yeah, I've got a bit of WD-40 on here. I'm going to have to clean these up a bit with a wire brush, and I've got some spanners for this here, just bolt through the chassis. Yeah, I'll get into it. So yeah, that started coming loose, then got jammed, so I'll get in here with a bit of this. Probably achieving nothing, but anyway. Get a bit more Parrots piece on there. Then be sure to lose your spanner. Handy. Great. This bolt's a bit how you go on, the thread's going to jam up. I might be in here with the grinder before too long. I couldn't even figure out what size the head was. I had to use a pair of ice grips. Yeah, it was in between a 15 and a 16 somehow, so Pain in the backside. Alright, I won't bore you with all the pain of that. I'll get that off and bring us back in. Alrighty, so that's just snapped, which is probably a good thing. Should be able to get that out nice and easily now. I was sort of hoping the other side snapped, it's all going into bin anyway, so now it's just a case of endeavouring to what the hell's going on there? Oh, it's like a seatbelt thing. Let me try and see what the hell's going on here. I'll try and get that out. Yeah, let me try and get that out and I'll bring us back in. Hey, so it's the next day. It took literally took all afternoon yesterday to get these bolts out. I ended up having to grind them and cut them, and there was a sleeve in there on both sides, and yeah, it was bigger than Ben Hur. So I got them out anyway. But two of the most stubborn bolts I've come across. But anyway, so sort of been carrying on here. I managed to get one U-bolt out. It's got the whole bit. I'm just going to have to grind that bit off. So that'll be the go, and then put it back in. I do want to take two of these springs out. There's a lot in there. It's too much. It's not where it should sit. So that would have been from factory. So I'll be doing that. I'll start on the other side as well. Yeah, it's quite painful. These threads are all dinged up and worn out. I'm pretty much having to fight the whole way. I've had the old parrot piss on it, but not really helping, unfortunately. That one's not so bad. That one's actually okay, so it's just starting to get tight there. A bit more of that on there. Wow, this one's really good compared to the other three. Get a bit tight there. That might be a winner, you know. Save the best one for last. Oh, just filming, hun. Well, I don't believe it, but this has come right off. But the other two are half hour, 40 minutes. 40 minutes a thing with working it up and down, and because I don't want to try and reuse these U-bolts. So that's really good. Now I should be able to lift that out of there with a bit of luck. Beautiful. Awesome. Well, that's both of those out. I'll get these bits ground off, tidied up, and get them put back in. To do these leaf springs, I'm going to have to undo the other side, which is going to require going through the same again. I guess I can just loosen them, but probably won't be able to do that. But yeah, all right. Alright, so I've got those off, got them cleaned up, just ground them off and tied them up with the old flapper disc there, so that's all good. Next thing I want to get done this afternoon, because it's back to work tomorrow, so is this tank. I want to get this cover off, just get in under there, and so it's just these ones here. Get some of this dirt out and rubber out and stuff they put in here. So, with a bit of luck, should be able to get some parrot's piss in there. Alright. I'm assuming, yep. Down. Hopefully we can sort of see that a bit. Alright, well that got that off. Yeah. So yeah, as you can see, this is what I was getting at. Yeah, I knew there'd be 8 bolt in there. None of that shit's meant to be there. That's all added that for the safari, or the they've added all that for the bit of protection for the fuel. That's probably a good idea really, because it rocks and stuff flying everywhere. So yeah, what I might do is just give that a bit of a hose, and I'll put that back together. I might just lower that tank down Yeah, I put an earth wire here, which probably doesn't need to be there either, but might take that out and cut that. Yeah, I'll lower this tank down a bit, and I just want to see what's on top of it. Alright, I'll do that and I'll bring you back in. So I've just lowered that tank down, and it's really good under there, so I'm just going to go ahead and jack that back up and get those straps back on, and that'll be a wrap. That'll be a wrap for today. Alright, so that's how I got that. I've temporarily put that back in there. I'm just going to use a bit of a hose down. Yeah, obviously it's a bit of adjustment to do there. They're still quite loose. I think it's meant to have a bit of rubber in between the body and the body and the tank itself, which isn't there. So I'll get some rubber from somewhere, or yeah, I'll find something to put in there. I'll do them up properly. Yeah, I've had to cut a couple of holes. Hoses, which I'll replace. They're all brittle anyway. So yeah, I need replacing either way. I noticed the fuel gauge wasn't working, and I did notice that this was hanging loose. So might be all good there. It might be all it needs, a bit of a clean up at a reattachment, and we might have a fuel gauge. But yeah, that'll do it for this afternoon, and I'll get back into it next week. Alright, so I made a fair bit of progress on the diff. I didn't take you through the whole lot, but basically I've ground off these extra bracelet they put on. Still one bit left, that's just about to come off. I've tied it up this side. I'll hit that with a flapper disc just to make it a bit nice. It's got a bit deep there, but not too much, it'll be right. And on that side, still got a bit of shit there to tidy up. This whole one snapped right off on the housing, so that's great, that's smooth. That's the old handbrake tab there, which I'll fix. This cable's seized up, I've got to free that up. Hopefully I can free it up. Bit there, bit there, bit there. But yeah, it's starting to look like a normal car. Well, sort of. Anyway, I'll give this a bit of a hit. Get this last bit off. Alright. I might have gone a bit deep there looking at that. Yeah, I have. That's alright, won't be too bad. So yeah, I've gone a bit deep there, it's not too bad. A couple of mil, or a mil. Or it might, nah, it'll be right. Nah, bugger all. Alright, well I'll clean that up. Got to be careful, you got the brake line here, obviously. I probably won't worry about that too much. I'll try and just trim some down and leave the rest. Yeah, alright, I'll tidy this up, and there's still it's a bit hard to see from here, but the tail shaft brace in case it flew off. So yeah, I'll bring you back in when we get rid of that.